This is the plaintiff, Gilbert Montague. He says the defendant's dogs are doing their business on his driveway, and he's had it up to here with it. He had to hire a professional to get rid of all the dog poop, and had to have his drain cleaned from the clog. Bottom line, the defendant's dogs are a menace. The madness has to stop, and he's suing for the $3,200 he's owed. This is the defendant, Marcelo Miranda. He says the plaintiff's a pain in the you-know-what and complains about anything and everything. His dogs are great, friendly, and lovable boxers, and he cleans up after them every day. He has no idea what the plaintiff's trying to pull with this lawsuit, but he does know one thing. There will never be peace in the valley between the two of them after this. He's accused of pooping out on a neighbor.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Montague, you are suing Mr. Miranda, your neighbor, for $3,200 that you say he owes you because his dogs keep pooping on your property.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on?
Your Honor, I bought the property in April of last year, and the easeway is shared, which is the
driveway to go in.
driveway.
Yeah.
It's shared. So
Do you have a picture?
Picture of the house. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Okay, so which one is, this is your house?
Yes.
This is his house?
Yes.
And this is what you're talking about. So a car can get through here and park in the back of each place, right?
Yes.
Okay, but apparently we have a problem because he lets his dogs roam loose there. Is it one dog or more than one dog?
He had one dog at first, and I talked to him about the problem, and then he went and he got a second dog.
Okay, and what's the problem?
We cannot use the property that I paid for my family
Because?
because of his menacing dogs.
Are the dogs aggressive? Is that what
yeah,
you're trying to say?
Yes.
How are the dogs aggressive?
They,
Come on up. If you got to talk to me, you got to come on up. Who are you?
I'm Janice, his wife.
Okay, so these are your children we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, let me just ask you, is there an additional fence in the back for you guys to separate your two properties or no?
No, recently we did that.
Okay, but at the time that we're talking about this, there's no additional fence.
fence.
So if your daughters want to use their own backyard,
They can't.
what you're saying is you can't because the dogs are
can't.
roaming everywhere.
They can't, yeah.
Okay, is that true?
yes.
Okay. Well, what right do you have to have, and what kind of dogs are these?
Canada, I don't know. They're big.
Boxers or pit bull boxers?
No, boxes.
Boxers? All right. If this is a shared easement, what right do you have to have the dogs roaming free in a way that they can actually get on his property too?
Okay, first of all, I've been there 20 years.
I don't care.
No.
I don't care if you've been there since
I'm just explaining
the
something.
time that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
When he came to see the house, he met me with a shovel in my hand, and I was picking up the dog poop.
Okay.
So I asked him if it was going to be a problem to let me know.
Because you do what then?
Rid of the dog. Mm-hmm. He told me the dog was fine. It was no problem. He petted the dog. His wife petted the dog. The dogs are not aggressive.
Dude, listen to me. You can't possibly, have you ever called the animal control or the police or anything?
Yeah, we went to the police station numerous times, and they
Where
said
are you?
because
The Bronx. What'd they say?
they said because it's a
the road.
private, it's on a
It's
private,
not
it's on a
criminal
private,
matter.
it's on a
That's-
private
It's not criminal
property.
because it's well, yeah, that's the problem.
We tried talking to the
city-
neighbor to see if he could see.
And did you talk? What did you talk to him?
difficult it is.
What'd you say? How'd it go?
He said the dog been doing that for years before we come there.
Oh, it's so simple. Now people are complaining. So why can't you erect a fence in your? Because you have a backyard. Erect a fence. You erect a fence, not them.
Exactly.
You erect a fence and pen in the dogs. What's the problem with doing that?
I would have to chain them.
Well, you could walk your dogs regularly on a leash.
In response to the fact that he's talking about the yard, he doesn't tell you that it's rat infested, number one. And the dogs keep the rats out of there.
Mr. Miranda, listen to me. You can't have dogs roaming loose in an area that you share with another person. That it's not exclusively your property. And if
Okay.
that's the case, then you can't have the dogs outside. Lots of people will have the dogs inside and then just walk them many times a day. But the fact that the way your property's set up would be really inconvenient to pen my side in, tough. Think about that before you buy 2 boxers. It's a problem. How can you not know that this is a problem? Are you surprised by what I'm saying?
No.
Right. So what efforts did you make to try to resolve this before it got here?
Well, to me, the complaints that he gave me were the dog droppings. And the other thing is he doesn't live on the property. He only uses it, I don't know as what, because he's made single occupancy rooms in the house. And he wants to do the same thing in the basement. That's the reason why he doesn't want the dogs in the yard. I could get rid of them. I asked him, like I said.
Well, why haven't you gotten rid of them before we got here? Don't get rid of them, find them homes. But why haven't you already done that before we got here? He's suing you for...
I asked him.
Where do you come up with these figures?
Before he bought the house.
He thought you'd be better about picking up the poop.
The plaintiff says the defendant's dog was pooping on his lawn, so much so he needed to hire a professional to clean it up. The defendant has a bunch of lame excuses. Let's listen.
You have a very interesting lawsuit. Let's discuss your lawsuit. You want $1,400 for poo pickup. How do you figure that you should get $1,400 for poo pickup?
Your Honor, in June, I had to hire a neighbor to do the cleanup, which I paid roughly $100 a month.
Okay,
have all
I
these-
want to sign up for that job. You're paying a neighbor $100 to pick up a few logs of poo in a yard that is how big?
in the driveway.
Easeway. The dog
Okay, so another few yards. All right, you paid somebody $100 to pick that up?
Yes.
Well, it's
Some guy's pointing to himself
there's a
there. Is
reason
that the
for-
guy you paid $100?
I have a witness, yes.
Come on up. Everybody wants to meet you. Come on, sit down a second, wife.
Yes,
What's your name?
Freddy Medina.
Did you get paid $1,400 to pick up dog feces?
Well, he paid me $100 a month.
It's from June
Of
until
what year?
2011.
Okay, so June of 2011 to August. Did you do anything else besides get $100 a month to pick up poo?
Yes.
What else did you do?
They sneak the drainer when sometimes they stoppage because the dog poo in the floor.
What are you feeding these dogs?
And when they rain, all of the poo they go to the drainer, and I have to just take it out from the drainer and put the sneak a couple of times. I've been doing that. And also the sanitation people, they've been coming and they've been telling they cannot be dirty in the backyard because
So
that's
why aren't they
against-
citing him? Why isn't the city citing him? You need to pursue this with the city. You make it a nuisance to him. That's what you've got to do.
Well,
So go on. I'm
well-
finding it, I'm sorry, but I am finding
Okay,
it
but what
really
happened
hard to
was-
believe that you're paying $100 a month to pick up poo.
Well, that's real cheap. That's $25 a week, and I'm doing it every day, 6 days a week.
You don't have another job?
Right now, I'm super for next building. So because the sanitation people, they've been coming, they've been complaining, and also they connected some people, the cable people, the gas people, the oil people, they cannot get in the back because the dogs are right there for running free.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you're already suing for the $100 a month that you're paying him to clear the drain and clean the poo, why are you also suing for an additional $200 to clear the drain?
Because, Your Honor, that was a big job.
Okay, the $100 a month is for the cleanup. Now, when the drainer gets stoppage, he called me, and that's a separate job because I had to bring the equipment.
How much did he pay you for that?
Well, sometimes $150, and I charge you $200. And the last time that I did it, because there was too much stoppage, and I had to bring the equipment, the machine, and my time.
Then you also, your last item is you have a door that needs to be fixed thanks to the dogs, and you were first suing for $200, and that magically today turned into $1,600. Why is that?
Maybe my wife could explain a little better.
Okay, switch.
The estimate that we got was unbelievable because the guy said we have to remove the door facing to put a new door
And why are the dogs responsible for that?
because the dog peed right there and rot the door out. To the
Let me see a
basement.
picture of the door.
This is the dog going in.
You have pictures of the dog roaming?
Yes,
Yeah.
a whole
Dogs
lot.
And
Hundreds,
this is a
thousands,
picture of
yes.
the door. It's rot
I
on
don't
the
need
door.
thousands. I just want some. Do you have a video of the
coming out.
dogs
Yes,
roaming?
I have every-
Let me
yes,
see
sir.
the video. Cue the video. Dogs walking right into their home.
Yes.
Let me tell you. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, I want to hear what your dog. Is a picture of your dog
Okay.
walking into the guy's home.
That gentleman that he hired to clean,
Yeah.
those dogs love him more than me.
I'm sure they do, but that's why are these things relevant? It's true, right? They're good dogs.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They're talking about the dog is vicious. The dogs follow him into the basement, and he allows it to happen. You understand? He opens the door, and they follow him in.
They're very beautiful
I mean,
dogs.
they don't know any better.
All right, the dogs may not be, they're certainly a nuisance, but you think they have gratuitously thrown in vicious. Okay, go ahead.
No, they're not vicious at all. They're
Right, I
not.
understand what you're saying.
I agree with that. The dogs
I
are very
got
nice.
kids in the
I agree with that.
neighborhood that I wish I could have brought them. They go in there and pet the dogs.
Dude, why don't you have them go in there and pick up this poop?
No, because I do it.
Well, apparently not, because we're looking at a bunch
Oh,
of
sure.
poop.
He waits until the dog poops and then he runs over there with a camera.
How many pictures of poop, including poop that has now been degraded by rain? We have like different. Listen, I know poop. Okay, I have a dog.
Okay.
I can see the different stages and colors of the poop. What?
No, there's more.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're feeding those dogs, my friend, but
So
wait, are you going back on the same? I recognize that fly.
no. You see, they're talking about the dog.
Oh my God, what a cute dog.
Yeah, they're beautiful. So the male dog is
How big is that dog?
Like this.
But how
See,
many
that's
pounds?
the
You
dog
know?
they're talking about. The male
That's
dog.
your door? Your door?
Yeah.
Well, if you open the door, the
Yeah,
dog's going to come.
No,
yeah.
because the thing is, the door when they close, the dogs they
What
pee.
is that, a metal door?
Yeah, metal door. When the guy come to put the door, they make the estimate. They say they have to replace the whole door. Plus they pay the door, plus pay the labor. And you see when they pee there, they're dripping down. You see the drain in the
Wait. Let me go ahead. Talk to me, Miss
The
Miranda.
drain, they're showing the picture before. You don't see
Wait. Shh, be quiet. What? I'm sorry, Miss
You
Miranda.
don't
go ahead.
see him before. You see that after. That was when I clean it, and that's when I put a new tap and everything. I clean. This is the defense that Mr. Mante they built on his side. Okay, he paid me to build that defense so that the dogs they can come no more to his side. But the problem is when I
The
built the
easement.
defense on his side, the dogs they're still running away and running around the driveway,
Right.
and they prevent the Connecticut people, the electric people, the gas, oil, and they starting giving estimates of the bill because they cannot go inside and reading the bill, the meeting.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is the dog owner responsible for the cost of cleaning up the mess?
I think so. If you're sharing a lot with somebody, you should have the courtesy to, if you mess something up, you clean it up. I believe he needs to incur the cost.
Should he incur the cost? Huh?
No.
Why?
I think that the dog owner that has no obligation to pay for it because it was in a common area, and I would assume he's already paying his dues.
Well, he's paying his dues, but it's the other guy's property too. You're going to be the tiebreaker.
I think so. I think the owner should pay for it, or clean it up, and the other guy should take care of it. I mean, it's their property. There's no reason why the dog should be going to the bathroom all over the place, and the other guy should have to deal with it.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
All right, here's where we are, folks. To me, when you spend money on a place, you have a right of quiet enjoyment of that place. And that includes the ability to actually set foot there, okay? Because this is a nuisance, and you're gonna have to take care of the situation. I don't know what the answer is, but you're gonna have to find the answer. Are you working?
No, I'm retired.
Okay, so are you mobile? Are you able to walk?
Yeah.
Okay, well then walk your dogs a couple times a day. They don't have to be in a yard, because the one thing you cannot do is continue to let them run freely. I am going to issue, it's not going to be the amount he wants, but I am going to order a judgment in favor of the plaintiff for numerous things. What I believe the value of the door to be, what I believe he has proven to me he has spent in a lot of cleanup throughout the course of a long time, and it's them who had to put up a fence. It's like bizarre to me. I'm sure they're nice dogs, but they poop. Okay? You can't have them do that. I'm finding in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's my judgment.
The plaintiff has won the case here in the People's Court, not for everything they sued for, but the defendants here. What are you going to do about this?
Well, I'm going to have to get rid of the dogs. Is the only thing I can do.
Is that going to be painful for you?
It is, because the dogs were born there, and
But your neighbors live there, and so
they don't live there. They bought the house, but they don't.
it's their house, and they have rights,
They do.
right? And you're willing to respect those rights.
Yeah, I have to abide by the law.
Okay, this way, please. Are you satisfied how this comes out? And you heard what he just said. Here, turn around this way, okay? And step right over here. Are you satisfied now? He's going to get rid of the dogs?
I hope you get rid of the dog because, everybody have a right to enjoy the property that they purchased, and the dog was just...
But if he gets rid of the dogs, is there going to be peace in the neighborhood?
There will never be peace
Why not?
with that guy. He should be in prison he should be in prison.
Okay, Harvey?
You know, this is why they have these pooper scooper laws. If you have a neighbor who does something like this, I would argue to you, you should call the health department, because if they're letting this happen, ultimately it could become a health issue. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.